All right, my Fantasticos, here are your homework answers for your math homework from last night. Question number 1. I know I probably threw you for a loop on this one since we didn't talk about it in class, but I hope you puzzled through it and looked at the preceding pages in the lesson. But the answer, basically, 63 is 90% of 70. You can see here that if I divide the number line into 10 equal pieces, that 90% and 63 line up. And if I equally divide it into 10 equal pieces, each of these pieces has to represent 7. And so counting by 7s, I can end up at 63, and counting one more 7, my answer is at 70. All right, problem number 2. The answer there is 80% is 25% of the missing magic number, 320. Again, using your number lines, I can see that 80 is 25% of some number. And counting by 80s, 80 is 25%, 160 is 50%, 240 is 75%. Therefore, that would mean 240 plus 80, bada bing, bada boom, is 320. Moving on, number 3, you should have done this in the traditional way we talked about in class and found out that 22 is 44% of 50. Read 'em and weep, folks. All right, we got number 4 coming at you. 450 over x is 75% over 100. That means 450 is 75%. If I multiply both or 75 over 100 by 6 over 6, I get 600. There we have our missing whole, 600. Number 5, here we go. $30 is 60% of what? So I divided 60 over 100 by 2 over 2. 30 over x equals 30 over 50. Therefore, I know that x has to equal 50. And since this was talking about a sweater, we're dealing with money. So 50 big ones for the original price of that sweater. Moving on to number 6. Number 6. 75 is 15% of what? So we want to know how many hours this kid spends in school. I multiplied 15 over 100 by 5 over 5 because I know that 15 times 5 is 75. Therefore, 75 over x equals 75 over 500. We got 500 minutes in school. Moving on, number 7. 3 is 20% of what? So this was asking how many cups of punch you could make if you have 3 cups of pineapple juice and it represents 20% of your whole punch. And I calculated, this one was kind of tricky. First, I divided the 20 over 100 by 20 over 20, which gave me 1 over 5. And then I multiplied that by 3 over 3 because I needed that 3 in my numerator. And my resulting answer was 15 cups of punch. Number 8. What is 15% of 8? This is back to our old standard. X equals 0.15 times 8. They thought they'd trick you here. X is 1.2. Therefore, 1.2 cups of sorbet are used. And finally, we have number 9. Number 9 was also a good one, made you think. Instead of using 25% of the orange juice, she ended up using 30 because she didn't want any sorbet. 6 is 30% of what? Again, 6 over x, which represents the part over the whole, equals 30 over 100. And I know that 6 times 5 is 30, so I'm going to divide it by 5 over 5. I get 6 over x equals 6 over 20. X equals 20. She will make 20 cups of punch. All right, folks, you had 9 problems on your homework. Please mark that accordingly at the top of your page. How many you got correct over 9? It's Friday, folks, so that means it's number 4s. It's your day to go ahead and turn in the homework to the correct bins. You're now going to go ahead and work on your paper slide videos. I hope you had as much fun as I did. And remember, would you please turn in your storyboard to the white table? I've got a bin there. I'd like you to do that by the end of today. turn in your math storyboard for your paper slide video. Hey, I'm going to miss you this next week. I'll see you guys on December 30th, which happens to be, oh, not December 30th. How about November 30th, which also happens to be Keikilani's birthday. Nice job. We get to celebrate her birthday when we come back. Have a super time. Talk to you later.